Hello everybody, this is Volcanic Sports here, and we are back with another episode of Braves Franchise. I believe this is episode 7, but there are some new things going on in this episode, as right here we're shopping around Jace Peterson. He's been absolutely terrible for us this year, and his overall is starting to decline, so I decided I've had enough, and I'm going to trade him away. I only played one more game after opening day, and I just decided after that game that our team was nowhere near able to be competitive at all this season, and next season we'll have a much better chance of being really competitive, and we probably get over 80 wins with good pitching and good hitting. So I decided that I'm just going to sim the rest of this season. So this is going to be the edited off season and some of the mid season. Well, I'm going to sim to the end of the season, and then I'll show you the off season, just some of the people that we're going to pick up, because we are picking up some people in free agency. But right here, we're still looking at some trade deals for Jace Peterson. This is a deal that we end up settling on, as we pick up a pretty good right fielder that's probably going to be on the team next season, and we pick up either a starting pitcher or relief pitcher, so maybe they can make a difference for our team. We will be making another quick deal right here as we get rid of one of our relief pitchers. Hasn't been good at all season, so we're just going to pick up some depth. And right here, moving along, we are simming through the rest of the season, losing a bunch of games, and yeah, it was just not something I was expecting this season. I thought we'd win maybe around 77 games and be right in playoff contention next season, but this season was just terrible throughout the middle. We do end up heating up, but it's not enough. As we move on through the season, we will end up winning only 70 games. On the screen right now is something that I was really reluctant to do, and that's getting rid of Ender Inciarte. I knew I was going to either get rid of him or Jace Peterson, but I didn't know that I was going to end up getting rid of both of them. So I'm just going through some deals right now, but Inciarte isn't having the best season. He's only 28 years old, but I don't want to pay that contract later on in his career, because this is his final year of the current deal, and I knew I would have to pay a bunch more in the next year. So I decided just to get rid of him right now and get some guys that can actually make a full-on difference, not just one guy that can make a difference. I realize I say a lot of making differences in this series, but that's exactly what these players that I pick up, sign, and trade for, that's what they do. So these are the two players that we are getting out of this deal. One of them is going to definitely be in the big leagues next year, and another one is coming up in the next 2 years, because I didn't want to get guys that the trade just went through, but I didn't want to get guys that are going to have to wait a couple years to come up in the majors, because now we are transitioning from a team that's in rebuilding mode to a team that's going to be in playoff contention for the next couple years. So we got to get guys that will make an impact early on in the next few years, not in the latter stages of this franchise. But here we are, just going to sim the rest of the season, nothing too major, and I will just transition it right here. Yep, we win 70 games. That was our goal, but I was really hoping for more like 75 to 80. But next season will definitely be 80 wins. You can count on that. Maybe not, but hopefully we do get 80 wins. That would be pretty cool. Right here, I'm finishing up, signing all the contracts for every player. We get back most of our, core that needs to be re-signed this season. There are hardly any guys that we will let go. I think there's one. He's over 30 years old, but not really a player of interest for us. And moving on, we will sign this center fielder, because we need someone to step in while one of our guys that we traded for, Inciarte, progresses. This is basically our big free agent splash of the offseason. I mean, Nick Castellanos is not a 99 overall. He's not a 95, but he will fill some holes that we have in the infield. So I think that's a good free agent pickup. He's not 30 yet. I think he's 28. So we will have him for maybe a good 3 seasons. Depends on how he does. But this is basically going to end up wrapping up the offseason. I know this is another short video, but the next video will be a little bit longer as it's going to be opening day for the 2020 season. There are going to be some really high expectations for the 2020 season. Hopefully we make the playoffs. If not this year, then it's going to be next year. But that's going to wrap up the video. This is Volcanic Sports, and I will be signing out.